Sports Guy with TFG Sports Media. It is Throwback Thursday, or Take It Back Thursday, or whatever you want to call it. But you're one day away from starting, for some of you, probably a 3-day weekend. Tomorrow is Good Friday. We have Easter weekend coming up. So tomorrow may be a Good Friday, a real Good Friday for some of you guys that are going to be off. Again, I am Kendrick, the sports guy with TFG Sports Media. Make sure you come in, like like the live, comment, let me know you're in here. Also, if you would like to contribute to the channel, there is a little, I believe, a little like dollar sign or a little star. It's a little dollar sign. You can contribute to the channel to help us continue to build this sports platform. It has been a labor of love for myself and Lamar Falk and Jaquithia Sims and Shantae Gibson. I'm naming those because I am part of the TFG Media Group. And so we built this thing, started this channel back in July of 2021. So it's definitely been a labor of love. So we trying to build this thing, invest in it, and enjoy it. I personally enjoy what I'm doing, so I love it. I'm a sports fanatic. I ain't gonna say a fanatic, but I've always grown up loving sports. I played high school basketball, and I've just loved sports. So this is my thing. So we're just gonna pop in and do something quick, real quick. We got Sweet 16 action tipping off tonight on the men's side. Uh, and we got the women's Sweet 16 tipping off on tomorrow. But tonight we got number 5 seeded Clemson and number 2 seed Arizona. They tip off at 6:09 p.m. Central Standard Time on CBS. You can check them out. Then we got number 4 seeded Alabama and number 1 seed, my Tar Heels. I'm a Tar Heels fan. They will tip off after the Arizona Clemson game on CBS around 8:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then on TBS and True TV, we got the number 5 seed San Diego State Aztecs versus the number 1 UConn. If you recall, this is a rematch of last year's national championship game, which UConn won, I think, by 17. So UConn is looking to be a repeat national champion. Again, that tips off at 6:39 p.m. Central Standard Time on TBS True TV. Then the last game of the night on TBS True TV, we got the number 3 seeded Illinois versus the number 2 seeded Iowa State. Illinois fighting Illini, I should say, and Iowa State Cyclones. They will tip off at 9:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, again on TBS True TV. So those are the 4 games going on tonight, starting the men's Sweet 16. And so then we'll have 4 of these teams. Whoever wins tonight, they'll be waiting for their opponent in the Elite 8. Again, so tomorrow we got the women's Elite Sweet 16 tipping off. Then, and I think the men's, the other bracket of that, I think they will play on Saturday. So I'd like to know what your brackets looking like at this point. I know there are no more perfect brackets, by the way, but all the number 1 seeds are still alive. So do you think all the Final Four, the number 1 seeds, are going to make it? That is Purdue, UConn, North Carolina, and who's the final number 1 seed? Oh, Houston, the Houston Cougars. So those are all the number 1 seeds. They still alive. So we'll see if we'll have a Final Four with all the number 1 seeds taking it to Glendale, Arizona, where the men's Final Four would take place. Also today, just running down some of the sports news, it's opening day for baseball. I'm not a big baseball guy. I mostly watch the MLB probably when they get closer to when they get into the playoffs and trying to position themselves. We do know the Texas Rangers are the reigning world champs. Will they repeat? Don't know. So, but again, we had opening day today for a lot of the MLB teams. I'd like to know who you think is going to make it to the World Series. Here's some scores as of right now. We have the Yankees up on the Astros 5-4 at the end of the 8th. We got the Blue Jays leading the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 8-2 in the bottom of the 9th. The Dodgers got the big win tonight Today, I'm sorry, 7-1 over the St. Louis Cardinals, and they've been going through some situation. Their new acquisition, Shohei Ohtani, uh, that has been an interesting saga to watch. If you hadn't heard, his interpreter was fired that he's been with for years. They had to get rid of him for allegedly stealing money from Shohei Ohtani and using it to pay off his bets, his debts. So that's a continuing story that is taking twist and turn as we speak. So, but the Dodgers did open up with a win. We got the San Diego Padres leading the San Francisco Giants 6-3 at the end of the eighth, and the Baltimore Orioles got the big W over the Los Angeles Angels 11-3. Those are just some of the games for opening day in baseball, because I know a lot of people they like their baseball. So again, I follow baseball somewhat. I'm not a big baseball guy until it gets closer to the playoffs. So again, I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. Make sure you like this live. You can share it if you like I said, if you like to contribute to this the channel, and we will greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to think what else was going on big in sports today. The Ice Cube Caitlin Clark thing. There was some pushback on that by a WNBA player by the name of Lexi Brown. She had issue with Ice Cube offering superstar Caitlin Clark that $5 million. And she basically said, and I'm paraphrasing what she said, she would post a statement on X, formerly known as Twitter. She's basically said that telling Cube that you're going to wait 7 years now after 7 years you want to try to bring a woman into the big three and offer that type of bread, and you wait till the NCAA tournament to do that. And she basically said, wow, men are hilarious. Again, this is WNBA player Lexi Brown. She plays for the Los Angeles Sparks. And then Kenyon Martin would chime in, former NBA star, former #1 draft pick out of Cincinnati, straight out of Dallas, by the way. He would chime in and basically say Caitlin Clark will not have, if she decides to accept the offer, will not be successful in the big three. She will not score a point because it's the game, even though it's 3-on-3, but it's men, and it's a different physical type game, and she won't be successful if she decides to do that. And I see his point. It's definitely going to be different. It's the men's game is more physical. She's a perimeter player. So, yeah, she would have problems. But my thing is, Cube, it's a business, and I get why he's doing it. I mean, let's be honest. Caitlin Clark, she is hot. And not only that, but she can ball. And her, as well as Angel Reese, as well as Coach Don Staley and those South Carolina young ladies, as well as a lot of the other teams. Women's basketball now it's been in the spotlight ever since last season's national title game between Iowa and LSU. And I think Caitlin Clark has had a lot to do with that. She's put up some numbers. The attendance at Iowa's games have been out the roof. As well. And then I have to throw Angel Reese in there. She's also brought some attention to the women's game as well. Again, I was telling somebody the other day, I was more excited about the women's tournament than the men. And I still am. But both tournaments have been great. And by the way, attendance for the women's tournament is up, as well as the men's tournament is up. So everybody is interested in it. But I get why Cube, basically he offered a $5 million to play maybe 8 games and two if they make the playoffs, so a total of 10. Now I'm assuming this would be a multi-year deal. Don't know if that's a one-time offer or not. I don't know if that would be $5 million per year if she decided to continue to play in the big three. But Caitlin Clark can still play in the WNBA as well. Because, by the way, the WNBA draft is coming up April the 15th. Excuse me. And all reports are that Indiana Fever is going to pick her first, which I'm sure they will. So according to the scheduling, it looks like there will be a slight overlap, just like where maybe she would miss a couple of big three games just due to the fact of the WNBA season. So, but outside of that, she can still do both and draw salary from both, and then plus endorsements, and then all that. And then let's be honest, the NIL, I think the ladies are making more money in college now than they are in the WNBA, and that says a lot about the pay scale in the WNBA. And speaking of which, by the way, the highest paid lady in the WNBA, the highest paid player, I looked it up today, is Jackie Young of the Las Vegas Aces. She signed. She has a 2-year deal for $504,000, roughly 252,000 a year. So that's not a lot. I mean, that ain't. I mean, for me, that's a lot of money. But for a professional athlete playing at the highest level, that's not a lot of money. But that's the issue that the WNBA has been having for years, as far as players' salary. I did a story probably a year ago. Even they traveling issues. They have to travel commercial, most of them, and they were having troubles with that. And then what the problem was, New York Liberty owner Joe Sheehan, I believe is his name. I think he owns the Brooklyn Nets as well. They were providing their players, the New York Liberty, the women. They were providing They were using his private jet to fly them to their games, but the WNBA will come in and say that was unfair and it gives them an unfair advantage, yada yada yada. So again, women's professional sports is probably not gonna it's not gonna generate the type of income that men's sports is. That's just the way it is. Ain't no way. I can't sugarcoat it. It won't. But you still can pay women athletes, I think, their value and their worth. And I think with the WNBA, somebody's dropped the ball on that. I feel like the NBA is supposedly kind of the big brother or the one that's supposedly helped create this league. Why can't they help with these women's salaries so our women professional basketball players don't have to go overseas to make more money, which they have been doing since I was a shorty. And then we won't have situations that happen with Brittany Griner. The reason why she was in Russia, I'm not talking about the rest, but the reason why she was there, because had been playing there for roughly 6-7 years after the WNBA season. Because first of all, their season only lasts, I think, maybe 3 months. But then they actually make more money playing overseas, and it's always been like that for the women. And in some cases, for the men, there's better opportunities as far as income. So that's something the NBA, the WNBA, they're gonna have to work on. But back to the big three and Ice Cube and Caitlin Clark, I'm like, yeah, offer it to her, because we all know that she's a household face, household name, and she can ball. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's been some of the big sports stuff that's been going on today. I just wanted to jump in here, give you a update on what's going on in the world of sports, of info and entertainment. And then speaking on the NBA, they got some issue going on with this betting with this player with Toronto. So that's kind of that's something that they're gonna have to deal with, the drama with that. Matter of fact, his last name Porter. I can't remember the player's name. I think it's Jonte Porter for the Toronto Raptors. His brother is Michael Porter Jr., who plays for the Nuggets. So they got that one now to worry about. So again, I'm Kendrick, the sports guy with TFG Sports Media. I just wanted to jump in here and do something real quick, give you a live update again. We got Sweet 16 action begins tonight on the men's side. Starting on CBS at roughly in about 20 minutes. The first game will tip off. Again, that is number 5 seed Clemson and number 2 seed Arizona. That tips off on CBS at 6:09. Then after that, we got number 4 Alabama versus number 1 seed North Carolina on CBS. And then on True TV, TBS, we got number 5 seed San Diego State versus number 1 seed UConn. Again, a rematch from last year's national championship game. That tip-off is 6:39 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then the last game of the night, we got the number 3 seed Illinois fighting the Illini versus the number 2 seed Iowa State Cyclones at 9:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that is on TBS True TV. So again, you got your Sweet 16 begins tonight. Nash Hoffman, appreciate you dropping in. About to get out of here. Just talking about March Madness. I know you not college basketball ain't your thing. We had opening day of baseball today. Just giving a quick update. And so I'm gonna let everybody get ready to watch that first game, NCAA men's tournament at Clemson, Arizona. That tips off in about 20 minutes. Just keep it locked here to TFG Sports Media for all your sports info and entertainment, and all your breaking sports news, and also some news that you may find a little different. Like, where in the world did you find that sports story from? And speaking of different, if you didn't see, everybody knows about the P. Diddy Homeland Security raiding his homes in Miami and LA, where there's a connection. He ended up being connected to a former Syracuse Orangemen basketball player by the name of Brendan. I forgot his last name, but that's a twist to this never-ending drama with P. Diddy Dirt, I'll call it. And so I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more of twists and turns to come with that P. Diddy story, which, by the way, people probably forgot a couple of years ago, P. Diddy was trying to get some investors to go in with him to purchase the Carolina Panthers. That was just a few years ago. So, again, we'll keep you up to date on anything crazy that happens with that if it concerns sports. So, again, I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Thanks for dropping in, Nash. Appreciate that. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And also, you can contribute. There should be a little dollar sign or a little thing there if you want to contribute to help build the platform. Any amount is greatly appreciated. And just keep it locked here for all your sports news, info, and entertainment. I am Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.